Honestly, I really couldn't have done it without an amazing team with me. The musicians that I get to play with and write music with and produce with always parang keep me growing also as an artist.
The story behind your Tower Sessions live album? How did the recordings materialize? And how important is the record release in chronicling your 25 years in the music industry?
Well, yeah, Tower Sessions. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Tower Sessions, the show, and it's always been a pleasure and joy for us every time we get invited to perform there. Kasi basta sobrang spoiled yung mga musicians pag tumutugtog kasi ang ganda ng tunog, ang ganda ng production. So, yeah, it was really an honor for us to get invited again. We recorded this sometime in 2021, and actually that night we were supposed to just do a gig with them. Hindi siya namin naisip na magiging album siya. So we just made a set list for the night, for the show, which I think is a blessing kasi sometimes when you're thinking, there's so much pressure when you're thinking na gagawa ka ng album tonight. So I think it was great that we didn't know that we were making an album. We thought we were just doing a gig. But after the event, when we were having dinner, pinapakinggan namin yung playback. And then natuwa kami sa how it was recorded and how it sounded. So, we had some talks with the Tower team, and then they said nga nag-decide kami na to make it to an album na. Tsaka, it just so happened that we put all the favorite songs in there, the Big Ilog, Orpe, and we also had a recording of Fireball and them. So it was great that we were able to have live versions of these songs.
Tingin mo ano yung secret para tumagal ng 25 years sa industry kasi hindi naman lahat ng artists nakakatagal ng ganito.
Well, honestly, I really couldn't have done it without an amazing team with me. The musicians that I get to play with and write music with and produce with always parang keep me growing also as an artist. So parang hindi palagi pareho, but I'm always like learning from them. And also, having a team like of, yung manager namin, and also the people that we work with, great label like Sony Music na nandun pa rin yung support. So I guess you just have to keep on growing, and at the same time, I know I can't do it all by myself. So I'm grateful that I have great relationships with collaborators and people who inspire me, who have I've had the honor of working with. So
one more question, this might be difficult. During the recording, of course, you have a lot of hits. Pero ano yung masasabi mo na one song that resonated with you while you're doing the Tower Sessions with Barbie?
Oh, great question. I would say maybe Kumpas, which is our carrier single that I for this album. Because it's one of the newer songs that we made, and I wrote that song with my husband Marvin. And it's a song based on Matthew 6:33. It's something like a verse that was very personal to us, especially during the tough last couple of years that we went through, uncertain times, diba? But we were really just holding on to our faith in God, and trusting that He was still in control, that He had a good plan. So yun yung song is about that, about Matthew 6:33, and it also features this unique instrument that I've had the joy to play na binigay sa akin ni Mr. Joey Ayala. It's the kuglong, and so ayun nga, sobrang exciting sa amin to perform and record that song. So, thank you.
Looking back 25 years, can you share yung aspirations mo nung nag-start ka pala? Ano yung mga na-check mo na sa mga plans mo? And looking back, how grateful you really are sa lahat ng natin.
Yes, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. So what's your name from Orange Magazine?
Gemma.
Gemma, yes. Hello, Gemma. That's a wonderful question, actually. Well, sa totoo lang kasi, I guess that's just the kind of person that I am. Hindi ako masyadong nagpa-plan ng future. Hindi ko masyado, well, it might also have been because when I grew up in Ross City, I was born into a family of musicians. So laging yung lola ko nagpa-piano, yung mom ko nag-guitar, laging may music sa bahay. Pero nung time na yun, wala talagang music scene sa amin, walang music industry sa Roja City during that time. So hindi ko siya inisip na pwede siya maging, work, pwede siya maging, I thought that because everybody around me during the time, when they grow up, nasa office na sila. Kaya dati, dinidread ko na, high school na ako, parang malapit na. Parang hindi ko na-imagine sarili ko na, yun nga, biglang nasa office na. Parang I just couldn't. But everybody did that, right? So, so that's why everything that happened to me, musically speaking, like being here and having, 25 years later, having all these songs, is a surprise to me kasi hindi ko siya talaga pinan. Parang all I knew was I love music, I play guitar every day since 11 years old. Nagsusulat ako ng songs pero hindi ko siya pinano na magiging ganito or ganyan. Kaya wala talaga ako masyadong maraming mga bucket list dati na sana ito, ganyan. Parang, it's always a big surprise to me and so I'm so grateful for all the blessings, all the, the gigs that we've gotten to play, all the music we've made together, the collaborations. So, and siguro kung meron man akong dream lang at bucket list, katulad pa rin ng dati, is that I just can continue making music and just, playing, writing songs, kasi yun man din talaga yung pinaka-na-enjoy ko.
You have your ups and downs rin sa career.
Yes.
And paano mo na, yung magiging strong?
Napapower through.
Oo,
Pero totoo yan.
Was there a time nag-give up ka kasi
Yes.
ang dami ng bagong
Yes.
singers? And
Yeah.
what keeps you going?
Yeah, actually it's connected to your first question. This is a totoo lang. When I started writing songs, yun nga, nagsusulat ako, nasa bahay lang ako, kumakanta ako palagi ng mga songs ko, gumagawa lang ako. Hindi ko, like I said, it wasn't a means to an end. Hindi ko naisip na dahil sa songs na to, magagawa ko to. Parang na-enjoy ko lang yung music. But of course, when you enter the music industry, suddenly meron ng, parang may pressure na, di ba? Parang kailangan may maabot ka na success, or kung ba may maabot ka naman, parang kailangan masustain mo, di mo mga ganun. So, I really did feel that pressure through the years, and like you said, it's up and down because it's really not the same. Not every song that you put out will have the same, will be received the same way, right? So I guess what helps me was again going back to that original reason why I started writing music, which is for the joy of it. So it doesn't matter kung marami or kung ano yung pagtanggap, you know what I mean? But of course I'm always grateful, but what keeps me going is really just the pure joy of writing songs. But I also couldn't have done it without the help of people encouraging me. Like my husband, si Martin, he's not here right now, but around a couple of years ago, nagkaroon ako ng parang may season lang na hindi ako makasulat ng songs. Parang siguro nagsawa na rin ako siguro sa style. You know what I mean? I just needed some inspiration, something new, right? So I tried to write for a couple of years, but nothing that I was writing that came out right. So he did help me get me back on my feet with regard to writing. He started writing songs together. And a lot of the songs actually that we hear in this album, Tower Sessions Live, is a collaboration between my husband Martin and myself. So, ayun. I hope that answers your question. So, a lot of help from my friends and love for music. And of course, always just counting and trusting in God's plan. For me, honestly, ilang beses na ako God, baka tapos na. God, baka iba na yung papagawa mo sa akin. But for me, it's just a daily thing that, asking Him to guide me. And I'm just thankful na I still get to do it. So, praise God for that.
How would you say you've evolved as a musician and songwriter through the years?
I think when you're a young songwriter, you're a songwriter, guitar player. So you start to learn, you got your guitar, you start to learn your first few chords. G, C, D, ganyan. So you only have a few chords, right? So yun lang yung alam mong chords. So magsusulat ka ng song using those simple chords. And then the more that you learn, ngayon may mga iba na mga inversions, mga ibang types of chords. Yun naman gagamitin mo sa songwriting mo. So I've always felt my journey was like that, na parang when I was young, like if you listen to the Hungry Young Poets album, they're more simple siguro. And then as you get older, parang siguro the more exposure you have, the more knowledge that you have, ginagamit mo na yun sa mga songs mo. But then, I've also gotten to the point where na-realize ko na hindi naman porket nagawa mo na yun, parang kailangan mo itapon. Di ba? You know what I mean? Parang kasi sometimes there's something also beautiful about the simplicity of it. So even nowadays, it's something that I'm trying to kind of like swimming back. It's extreme forward swimming back. Parang, nabalikan ko kaya yung mga dating mga simple chord progressions. What can I do with them now? So, yeah, so it's not always just like going from simple to something more complex, but also finding out what works, what moves you, and for me that journey has been going back to the simple things, and thank you.
So Barbie, what would you tell the 20-year-old Barbie Almalbis now? What would you tell the young Barbie?
Di ba talaga pag Mario lumawa? Mahirap yung tanong. Parang math.
You can answer that.
Yes.
Knowing what you know now.
Yes. Maybe first and foremost, like enjoy the ride. You know, like I said kanina nga, sometimes you get caught up in all the pressure. You know, that sometimes you don't appreciate where you are. May mga moments na yun nga, yung mga milestones na kahit hindi ko kasi pinano, may mga breakthroughs na nangyari. We get to play in this place, you get to collaborate with this place, with this person. Na sometimes when the pressure is so much when you're young and new in the industry, you feel like you have to like work so hard, you have to reach this goal, parang ganon. You forget to enjoy the moment and be grateful where you are. And that's something that I'm trying to, I guess, like now, to practice more. But I wish I had practiced it, when I was younger. And actually, I do tell that to young musicians right now. Parang be grateful where you are, like what you're doing, And maybe, I don't know, pwede ba yung don't worry too much? And hindi ko alam kung natural lang ba yun sa atin na nag-worry tayo about the future palagi, But yeah, I mean, if there's a way for me to tell my younger self to, just enjoy the ride, trust God, and don't worry so much, I would.